Hey, Shalom Akim, this is Yabatazak coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth for the hopeful elect. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Wahaba Kakodash, Barakatam Akim. Alright, I got this another article here from the CBSnews.com. Says rallies for peace as Mexican rapper QBA admits dissolving bodies. And I'm sure a lot of brothers probably heard about this already. It went viral, went on different social media sites and things of that nature. So it says April 27, 2018, when it was published. All right, and it says here underneath this this picture, it says Mexican students take part in a massive protest against violence in Mexico and the murder of 3 film students who were kidnapped, tortured, and murdered in western Jalisco state last month. In Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, on April 26, 2018. All right, you see their sign says no violencia, no violence. Because Mexico is a corrupt country, man. It's full of violence, man, and the people, the indigenous people, the Israelites, are suffering because of this evil and wickedness and this hatred, this animosity and oppression that is thriving there in this land, man. And this is just an example, and reason I'm bringing this out just to further prove that Mexico is heavily a demonic place to be, man. It says Guadalajara, Mexico, close to 12,000 people took to the streets of Guadalajara on Thursday, calling for peace and justice for 3 film students who were brutally murdered in a crime that has shocked Mexico. So he says that shocked Mexico, man. There's been countless of people that have been murdered over there, man. By these cartels and these individual men that are just blatantly and obviously wicked individuals, man. And there's scriptures that I'm gonna bring out to prove that this place is gonna be judged along with America and these wicked individuals. It don't matter. You 2/3 are gonna be judged too as well, man. All right, it says over a month after their disappearance, authorities confirmed Monday that Solomon Aceves in Gastulum, 25, Daniel Diaz, 20, and Marco Avalos, 20, were kidnapped, tortured, and killed by drug cartel members. Afterwards, their bodies were dissolved in acid, man. Imagine that, man. That's what they be doing over there, man. And where do they learn that shit from? They learn it from Esau, man. They learn it from these heathens and these demonic spirits that are on them, man. They pray to these false idols. Santa Guadalupe and Santa Maria and Santa Muerte. They're into all that, man. This Catholicism, that they brought over from the conquistadores. Having them heavily into that idol worship, man, idolatry. Bowing down to Cesar Borgia, that white Jesus, Jesus Cristo. It says the absurd war on drugs is taking our classmates and we will not allow it anymore, said Jesus Medina, a student leader from the University of Guadalajara. Many of the demonstrators also rejected the official version of events surrounding the students' deaths. What they presented is based on indications. There is no strong scientific evidence. There are many doubts, said Oscar Juarez. Meanwhile, there was a horror following the confession of YouTube star and rapper Christian Omar Palma, that is also known as QBA, that he dissolved the students' bodies in acid. Mexican rapper right here is a guy, this rebel, this wicked individual. All right, he's from the tribe of Issachar, and doing the biddings of Satan, basically, man. It says Mexican rapper Christian Omar Palma, that is also known as QBA, is seen in an image from one of his YouTube videos, Euthydus confessed to dissolving the bodies of 3 murder victims in acid, according to police and YouTube. Euthydus said he received 3,000 pesos, which is equivalent to $159 American dollars a week, to work for Jalisco New Generation Drug Cartel, one of the most powerful in Mexico. Says police have said Euthydus was also linked to 3 previous murders and that he had previously disposed of bodies in the same way. He was to be charged with the aggravated kidnapping in connection with the students' deaths. People like that who no longer feel they have forgotten what it is to be human. A total lack of values, student Jose Eduardo Gomez told AFP. It says, along with the students who came from the 5 local universities, teachers and relatives also marched, shouting slogans and singing songs calling for peace. Peace ain't coming, man. It's gonna get worse. All right, peace ain't gonna come until this place is destroyed, man. All right, wickedness is put out the way, and Yahweh Shai reestablishes righteousness through Yasha Allah and His Son Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, according to the official figures, more than 200,000 people have been murdered and over 30,000 have disappeared since the government launched a controversial military offensive against organized crime in late 2006, which is around the same time I just put up a video of law officials and officers, police officers, were getting chipped because of the crime, because of the kidnappings and things of that nature. Although how many of those incidents were linked to gang activity is unknown. All right, so I'm gonna bring out some scriptures, man. All right, this is in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. That's why everything's coming to light, man. You know, Yahweh Shai is using the prophets, the men of the Lord, to bring everything to light and filtering things to the scriptures. Therefore chastenest thou them by little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Yahweh. That's right. So Yahweh Shai uses men to bring forth judgment, man. You know, to know that there is a judgment. You know, the Lord uses men as a whipping stick. All right, as a sword, as a threshing instrument. All right, and He created spirits of vengeance to appease the wrath of Him that made them. All right, so we just know that we're getting into more of the closer to the time of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So He's chastised them little by little. Verse 3: For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers those both old inhabitants of thy holy land. All right, which was who was residing in the land of Israel, man. At that time, it was the Canaanites, man. You know, the Jebusites. All right, basically they were the sons of Ham. All right, the Hamites, which today we know them as the Africans. But also this applies to you 2/3, because you learned after the ways of the heathen, man. You so-called Mexicans, you Negro Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. I'm gonna pull out the scripture now since I made mention of that. This is Psalms 106, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. You see, you learned how to hate your brother, man. You learned how to be at opposition against your brother, man. The ones that were at peace with thee. You know, you had that hatred and that wickedness inside you, man. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood. You see, and shed innocent blood, man. You know, the scriptures say, has there any that lived that were innocent ever perished? Question mark. You know, roughly paraphrasing in the book of Job, and the answer is no. So we know that, you know, but the point is that people are getting put to death out here, man. You know, it says and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions, you know, drugs, money, women, whatever their heart desired and chased after, man. A career, you know, like a rap career, you know, and it led them to doing murderous acts and things of that nature, man. It says, verse 40, for therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, you know. So now he's gonna destroy these 2/3, man. So going back over here to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12, verse 4, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices. And that they be doing that, man, over there in Mexico, just like in Haiti, you know. They're into voodoo. You know, you got certain parts of if I'm not mistaken, in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, they're into the Santeria. All right, then in Mexico, you know, you got your witchcraft. You know, they deal with the brujeria. You know, the curanderos. You know, it says whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices. You know. And also those merciless murderers of children. You know, they be killing children out there, man. You know, it ain't no different from like Iraq and all that stuff, man. All that shit popping off over there. You know, this stuff is real, man. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. You know, these people are poor out here, man. You know, they're helpless. That's why we need Yahweh Shai, man. And it's important that you have faith in him too. You got to put off all that bullshit, them false idols. You know, that white image of Jesus. You got to put that and cast that out your house, man. Those crosses, those crucifixes, those rosary beads, those candles you have with the dead saints on there. You got to get rid of all that, man. You know, start following the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, ultimately having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Being obedient unto him with a fearful heart, because the scriptures say the beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord, man. And the scriptures say in Isaiah, was it 34 and 15, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of thy salvation. You know, so you got to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Salakia. It was Isaiah 33 and 6. Salakia. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. You know, that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai requires of a man, man. Mingle who works to the best of your ability. All right. That's it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and come over here to real quick. Let me bring this one out in Job 27 and 7. Let my enemy be as the wicked, and he that riseth up against me as the unrighteous. You see, so these 2/3, they're as the wicked, man. They're as like Esau, man. They got the spirit of Esau. They're thirsty, bloodthirsty men. All right, but guess what? Yahweh Shai is gonna redeem his precious, man, his elect. All right, his bride from the four corners of the earth. You know, the Achium, the Aquath, you know, the Aquathium that are there in Mexico and Puerto Rico and South America, Central America. You're going to be delivered, man. And it's going to be through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai via the prophets that are pushing out this word, this vibration. So this is 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and the disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers. You know, it's like this example. For whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for man stealers, see, and for men stealers, meaning what is that? Human trafficking, man. Esau being the main subject of that topic in our time right now, because he is the one that brought the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin and Levi, over here to serve slavery, man, by the hand of the Africans that sold them over. during the transatlantic slave trade. You know, so all these men are going to be judged by the law, man. It says back in 1 Timothy's 1 and 10, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, you know, you're going to be judged according to that, man. Or if you're going to be judged unto death, you might be judged unto life, man, because that's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to use to judge the world. All right. Matter of fact, let me bring out this one script. This is Romans 3 and 19. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before Yahweh. All right. So the law is the one that's brought in that acknowledgement of you going off, man. You know. So back to verse 20, Romans 3 and 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. You see? So we know what sin is. It's the wages of death. All right. So I just wanted to bring this out, man, just to further prove that our brothers and sisters over there in Mexico, man, you know, from the tribe of Issachar are going through hell, man. You know, they need a savior, man. They need Yahweh Shai. All right. What the Aztecas knew him as Quasecoro, you know. During the Aztec Empire, the Aztec Empire, you know, but they didn't have the right name, which is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Now we're giving you the name. All right. So I'm gonna leave it with that. You know, hope it was edifying. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakak Kodash, Barakatam Akim, Shalom.